Aries, let's do it. There is a new moon in Aquarius in the next few days. And so I want to do a little intuitive guidance message here. Man, there's just a fresh new perspective. And so many of us, I'm an Aries sun, Mercury and Venus and Pallas Athena and Pholus and lots. There's lots of Aries here. So there's a new beginning. There's a fresh perspective. The thing is, it's not visible in this 3D reality yet. It's very much unknown. It's not a matter of if, but when. And the when is like, oh, so close you can taste it. I was getting in the pre-shuffle here, just kind of getting a sense of like, what am I supposed to be tapping into for Aries energy right now? And I was getting this like limbo, like in the waiting zone. Oh, that's a cool old song. So hi, welcome if you're new here. Welcome back if you're returning. My name is Vanessa and I'm the Queen of Wands and Stars. And we're going to do just a new moon reading for you guys. Okay, I am drawn to work with my Medicine Woman tarot deck. I love this. It's so beautiful. There's the Hermit on the bottom of the deck. Got some sirens and alarms going off, which means the dogs will start howling as well. So let's see what the message is. Definitely like feeling it right around the corner, hearing it coming, like knowing that things are seriously shifting for the Aries collective that I'm tapping into right now. I am recovering from a long weekend, so I've got my pimple patch on, and there's that High Priestess again. It was 2:02 on the clock. The High Priestess came out in the pre-shuffle. And 8 of Arrows. Okay. So 8 of Arrows is 8 of Swords. So then seeing that there was energy that had been blocked. The vision had been blocked, and now it is no longer blocked. It's very clear. It's just that it's so clear in a spiritual sense. It's like believing it to see it kind of deal. And so you can see it in your mind's eye. You can feel it right around the corner. You can hear it coming. And so there's this patience while you're in the waiting zone, while you're in limbo. The 2 of Wands in reverse. You've decided exactly what you're doing. You are moving forward in a very, very logistical way. There's a lot of emotional intelligence. There's a lot of intelligence coming in. We've got the Empress. You know what you are doing, regardless of there being tangible evidence as of yet. Again, it's a matter of when, not if. So you know it's happening. So you're being asked to be really patient, which is not the easiest thing for us Aries to do unless we're blessed with some earth placements. If you've got heavy earth anywhere in your chart, Aries, lean into that, right? So most likely you would have some Taurus energy in there. But you're or Virgo or Capricorn, whatever. Also, you can look at your 2nd house, your 6th house, your 10th house, and see what's happening in those houses, or whichever houses you have those earth signs in for cues on how to work with being patient at this time. Because it's like so close, you can taste it. It's like getting into the restaurant and knowing you're about to eat this delicious meal that you've been like craving, and there is a long line in front of you. Hostess is like, the wait will be 45 minutes. And you're like, oh, okay. All right. Worth it. It's going to be worth it. we're gonna like relax a little bit while we wait, you know, because this is happening and we're really going to enjoy it. And it is harvest time. Let's get one more here. Cool. Yeah, there's that new beginning. Let go, and jump in. Oh, hear what you're waiting for. It's alright, because there's beauty in the breakdown. You could have been seeing some like tower moments happening. That song, another song from back in the day, from 07, Let Go, is what it's called. And King of Cups showing up here on the bottom of the deck. Oh, let me get an umbrella card. Literally, it is, you are in the waiting room. You are being patient as you possibly can. And it feels a little uncomfy, because Aries energy is used to being able to just like move forward regardless of whatever obstacle or boundary is in the way. Aries is the trailblazer, so like, you know, you can like bushwhack through like thicket. Come here, honey. Is that the moon down there? Yeah, the moon. And that Two of Pipes. Okay. Intuitively, you know exactly what's happening. On a spiritual level, internally, you know exactly what is happening. And it's everything that you've been working towards, mostly in ways that people have not been aware of. You might have been able to like share some of what you're creating or what your ideas are with people close to you, or maybe with people not close to you. Either way, you've been learning who to share your information with, right? With the High Priestess. And you decided long ago to follow your gut on this, to follow your instinct on this. And at some point in time, you decided to keep it a bit more close to your chest, a bit more secretive. And it's right there. I mean, the Empress is the advice here. So like nurturing this dream, knowing that you're going to be able to create this whole new world for yourself, for your loved ones even. And it all has to do with trusting in this divine feminine energy. This is the Fool. This is the outcome. This is a brand new, fresh beginning. I love this card. She's spreading new seeds. The sun is shining radiantly. Look at her beautiful yellow dress. You know, there's positivity, there's warmth, there's so much water, there's everything that is needed to create life is found here. I want to know a little bit more about what you're creating, so I'm pulling out a Life Purpose Oracle deck. For Aries, please. Thank you for letting this message be clear and understandable. What is this that Aries has been working on? Because it's going to be so amazing. And you know it. And you're just like so excited because you're already there. And it's okay if you're a little bit early to the party. Like, you can wait for the other people to show up because I've never watched the movie Field of Dreams. Is that what it's even called? And it's like, you build it, they will come. There's a whole world you've been building internally for who knows how long. Probably a long time. A long time. You've even learned how to be more patient through this whole process. You've learned how to trust yourself through this whole process. You've been learning the idea of faith and what faith means to you. So support, counseling, and crystals. Ooh, your life purpose fully supports you. Great. Yes. Counseling, you heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathic ear. And then crystals, your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. Wow. There's something here where you support people. You could be an energetic healer. You could be a reader yourself. You could be doing something in this whole realm that's similar to, I mean, it's very spiritual. It seems like it is something that you still are keeping close to your chest, which is great, right? Like, if you lay the groundwork internally and you do all of the skill building, learning new things, studying, being an apprentice yourself, knowing that you want to become that CEO or that owner or that entrepreneur, getting entrepreneurial energy here. It doesn't have to be that, but in some way there's something incredibly spiritual that is also a part of like your life path, your purpose, your soul calling, that you are making real, that you are birthing to life. And look, like this Empress, she already has the baby outside of her. So it's here. It's like you've stepped in that restaurant and you're there. You just have to wait a little bit longer for the right, 7 of Stones. So this is the 7 of Pentacles for the harvest. God. Okay. Angels of Abundance. And then I'll pull out my traditional tarot. I mean, I don't know if there's really anything else that I need to say. We're going to dig in a little deeper in this, get some more clarity, but congratulations. Doesn't it feel, it's like slightly premature, but it's not. So it's a validation that you've known what you've been doing this whole time, regardless of what others think or said to you, or you're calling in a whole new group of people that support you. You're calling in all of your angels, your guides, all of the assistants in a spiritual realm that is supporting you, including crossed over ancestors, old ancestors, crossed over loved ones, grandmother energy. My grandmother has been coming in a lot recently into readings, and love that. Aquarius New Moon. There's this thunderbolt lightning idea that I always see with Aquarius, that you're grounding. This has been a message coming up on my other channel a lot. People talking to me about like things in their 10th house and 12th house, and messages back and forth with people on my channel over there, the astrology channel. It's come up twice now where signatures tend to be pointing towards being a conduit for new revolutionary insights, that you are asked to ground into this 3D world for everybody to benefit from. And they're things that are quite intangible. They're very powerful forces, right? Like you cannot capture a lightning bolt. However, you can get struck by lightning. And when it comes to the lightning, like meaning, what I mean by that is that it is a powerful force that you can connect with, if we're talking like more metaphorical level here. It is so much voltage, so much energy, so much power, and you are learning how to ground those light codes, that power, that spiritual presence, creative ideas into a tangible vessel, whether that's yours or into the whatever this thing is you've been creating. There's a lot of magic here. Face your financial fears. When you're honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you, in fact, have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts. I think that card came up in the past few readings. And for whoever I'm talking to, I think that you've already done this. Can you get 2 more cards here, please? That was the past. This is the present. Release jealousy. Jealousy is an affirmation that you don't have something, and the universe manifests exactly as you affirm. Let other people's successes inspire rather than frustrate you. If they can have it, so can you. And I also feel like that's something that you've figured out. I think especially with Aries energy, there tends to be this awareness that other people compete, because like Aries is the most competitive sign, and it tends to really like, I do not, being an Aries, I'm not competing with anybody but myself. But the energy that I bring to situations and wanting to be the best does get misunderstood, it feels, a lot of the time. And I'll get very clear competition energy coming my way, which can sometimes push that competitive button where I go, oh yeah, game on, let's go. And then I am competing with other. But very honestly, Aries energy in an illuminated fashion is just knowing that you can do it. You just know you can do it. And you're very interested in breaking your PR. So you're constantly trying to like outdo yourself. And so with this release of jealousy, also be aware that if you pick up on other people's energy at you that feels like kind of like about to push your buttons in that way, that they could be just projecting their own insecurities and jealousy onto you. Okay, so just being aware of that as a very, very common thing that happens with Aries energy. We tend to evoke competitive nature. And the 2 most jealous signs in the zodiac are Scorpio and Aries, but for different reasons. The Scorpio energy is a little bit more possessive, like, I want to be the most important to you. Whereas Aries jealousy is, I want you to view me as number 1. Like, I want to be most important or most interesting or the most, like, I want to be like the top of your list. And if anything else takes the number 1 spot over the Aries in the person's life, that Aries can become jealous. Not speaking badly about Scorpio or Aries here. It's just energies that we can tend to fall into if you have strong placements in your chart with either of those signs. There is more of a know your mine. And so jealousy can spur for Scorpio. And for Aries, it's you still think I'm number 1, right? Because if I feel like number 2 or 3, then you can get jealous as an Aries. Take it with a grain of salt, of course. So just be aware that it is a button that we have that can be pushed. The competition, the jealousy. Because Aries just naturally, it's the first sign of the zodiac, and it just wants to remain as that trailblazer, as that pioneer, as the leader. You know, there's a lot of admiration that Aries really is fueled by as well. Like, when Aries is following its own inspiration and its own intuition here, which clearly you guys have been, you just want to be able to continue being in the lead of your life and being, you know, revered as a beneficial leader to others. So just a word of caution, I guess. Third card, please. There. A little more uplifting, please. Thank you. Pay yourself first. That card's been coming up a lot for me. Make yourself most important financial, make yourself your most important financial obligation. By setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid, this loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. So this is also about saving. So this is about making sure that whatever you bring in isn't just going straight to bills. Making sure that there's a portion there that you are setting aside. Also tithing, I'm getting, being able to, donate or tip your people wherever you go. Just tip them. If you're in the United States, I know other countries don't, tipping's not a thing. So obviously, be with like the cultural, like respect the cultural narrative there. In the United States though, if you have someone that you're buying food, you go to the restaurant and it's counter service and it gives you the option to tip, and in your mind you're like, well, I didn't really do anything, I'm not tipping them. Go ahead and tip them. Go ahead and tip them 10%, 15, 20%. It goes such a long way because you have no idea how many things that person is actually doing in the background for service. I can only speak on that because I've worked in the restaurant industry now. And, as anything where there can be a gratuity, just show the gratitude. Seriously, tipping is huge. I don't know why I'm led so strongly to say that. But also, if you have a service that you give, if you find that you feel that you should be given gratuity for what you do because it's a part of the norm, and you find that people just pay you the rate and that's it, then maybe think about adding a gratuity into your just flat rate so that you have that to set aside for yourself. Does that make sense? I mean, you got to think about what you're doing and the amount of energy that you're putting out with the work that you provide, the service that you provide, and don't undercut yourself. Like, that's like another message there. Like, really, like, don't undercut what you do. Because you know how potent it is. You know that you are helping to inspire others. You're helping to not only create a new world for you, like so that you're good and you are happy and you are making change in the world, but that you can also inspire others to do the same. Let's just close it out with some of my traditional tarot and then we'll wrap it up. I hope this helps. I mean, I love what's going on for you. And you're just waiting for that amazing meal. You've now placed your order, and now it's just, a little waiting period before it comes to you, which is like very typical, right? It's just that this means the world to you, and you've been working so hard at creating this. And so there is that, like, I'm not trying to like give you an advance congratulations, but I guess that's exactly what I'm doing. Because you know that you've made it happen. A little close out. Just 3 cards, please, Spirit, to close out this Aries reading. Thank you for letting this message be clear and understandable. There's that waiting. There's that moving away from what doesn't serve you. And the Emperor. Nice. Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You've built everything up in the most logical, logistical way, which tells me that you have been working at this for a long time, because you do tend to learn these things about not undervaluing yourself, not undercutting yourself, making sure that you truly understand the value that you're bringing to the world, and so you're charging appropriately. And so there is still something though about like walking away from a painful past, or allowing your environment to change so that you can move into a happier one. Letting go of old behaviors or people in your life or circumstances that you've been ready to walk away from for a long time. And so it looks like that's just, maybe there's like just a little bit left there to be aware of certain things, habits, old ways of thinking, old ways of projecting yourself onto others, or allowing others to project onto you, and you taking that as real when you know it's not. You have both the Emperor and the Empress here.
So congratulations. I'd love to hear what this is all about. I'm excited for you. I'll see you guys in the next reading. Feel free to like, subscribe. See you later. Bye.